appreciate it. Hi, Marcel, come on. So yeah, today we are going to be continuing work on our Atlantic All-Stars Mercy from Overwatch. And this is officially for TwitchCon 2019 for the Cosplay Contest because I'm a finalist. Yay! So yeah, I'm very excited. Hi Mike, welcome on too. Today we are on day 41. Yeah, day 41. Woo! I've got a lot of stuff done. We've pretty much got, I'd say we're like 75% done with the cosplay now. It would have been more, but I had a couple of failures this weekend. Yeah. So we're gonna try to see if I can make some failures work and see if I can even use them going forward. So yeah, that's what our day is gonna be mostly. If we go through all of that, we're gonna be working on some staff parts too, and I have little things to show. Yay! Oh, and also, thank you very much if you follow me on Instagram. We hit today 40,000 followers, so thank you. I really appreciate it. Much love. Oh yeah. Alright, switch to this one, and I'll show you some of the pieces that we have so far for the staff. Oh yeah, the cat, she's back there. She'll slowly move around and slinky and all, you know, typical Chella. She's been very sleepy today, so. But yeah, so here are some of the pieces we'll donate to get a cat cam. Oh, I know. Well, I'll eventually get another one set up, you know. Hi, Discover, welcome on. Got the start of the stream for once? Yeah. So here's what I have so far with the staff. This is the side that printed upward. It's nice and pretty. This is the bottom that had the support. It's not as pretty, so I'm gonna have to do some cleanup on that later. And then you have the little ball, and then the moon. Basically how it goes together. I'll cut this rod, and it's only using from here downward. I just have not had time yet. But I have it's a, you know, if you go upstairs, there's like a wooden rail. I bought one of those, and I've cut it up. I just haven't drilled the holes in it yet. But the wooden rod would go in here, and then this would actually be inserted into the wooden rod. So it would stick out like that, and then this bead will end up being glued in place around there, and this will end up being glued at the bottom. And that's the very bottom of the Mercy staff. The acrylic rod technically would not be in there, but I can't make magic, so yeah, we have a rod instead. But it looks pretty good. From a distance you won't really be able to tell, and once it's all painted it's gonna really pop as well. So I'm happy with it. But we may glue some of these in place later at the end of the stream. Okay, and I'm already covered in crap. Wow. So, talking about failures, I got a vacuum forming machine working. I had help from my roommate. He helped me build it along the way and everything, and all those pieces that we sanded last stream, we used. So this is the material after being vacuum formed. This has not been removed yet. And this has been removed. Very much, there's a very bad crease in it, which is my fault. This is the first, or this was the second time vacuum forming ever. Especially on a homemade device. It is magic of acrylic, yeah. But you can see here, so I did, technically there's a second one on this side. I did both of them at once, and I ended up getting a really big crease right here. And not supposed to be there. So this is kind of like my sample one to kind of work with to see what we can do, how we can cut them out without completely like destroying everything. Dark Unicorn, thank you for the new follow. Much love. And so yeah, we're gonna be working on this. I've already know how to improve this. So instead of this being flat, you have to technically put this so it's up on a slope. So if you picture that this is a flat part and this was put up, you want this part to be as flat as possible, and it helps reduce the crease. So learning experiences from that. But yeah, and then I've got, these are technically the leg pieces too. These. And then the other pieces that I did, which actually was a success for the most part. No, it's not because it wasn't hot enough. When you vacuum form, it goes straight down. And so when it goes straight down, it's always gonna have like a crease on wherever the angle is, so. But these pieces, it would have worked perfectly. But my infill for my 3D printed white parts was a little weak. And so the vacuum form and also the heat of the material ended up warping it downward. So yeah, we're gonna attempt to get these out. There's a little bit of undercutting, it's not too bad. But I'm gonna try to use a heat gun to help get some of these like crevices out. We're gonna see if it works. I did attempt a heat gun on a rejected piece and it does actually work the same. You can mold it around things, it just doesn't do the slight vacuuming and into all of these sections that I wanted it to. So yeah. So let's get started. This is a definitely trial by error, error by trial, or whatever. It's a learning process from building a vacuum forming machine to figuring out how to do this in my oven, by the way. Yeah, and each sheet fits perfectly in the oven, but barely. You have to kind of put it at a little bit of an angle, and then when you have it in the oven, the material, the PETG material, it actually hangs down that far from where it is, so you have to watch it and make sure it doesn't hit the bottom, and then slowly get it out of the oven, and then you have to walk like 2 feet into the garage and place it on the thing. And my kitchen's very much like a shotgun kitchen. It's very narrow, so it's been very interesting to say the least. Hi Dagmar, welcome. Trial by fire, okay. But yeah, so I've learned a lot from this. I know how to fix what we did wrong. It's just a matter of I'm kind of lazy and I want to try fixing it this way. Just because those ardent pieces that we just bent, or the other ones I just showed, those were in total like maybe like 2 days worth of printing, and I don't want to be set back that far, so I want to see if I can make these work. I already tried. We're also going to be using a hot knife, and I've got that out. So we're going to try using a hot knife to cut these out. And then I used it to cut this piece off, and it did work, but there is a seam. And I'm okay with that for trying to figure out how I'm going to paint this. So this is going to be a scrap. This will most likely be a scrap, and then I'll prop them up so I don't get that crease. So yeah, we're going to go from there. So let me turn this on real quick. Yeah, if you follow me on my private Instagram, which is a Patreon exclusive one, you've seen all of the failures posted in my stories of when we went from one to the next to the next. So So yeah. Do I have a P.O. box? I do. I think I have it on my Twitch page if you scroll down. If not, it's on my website. So. Okay. It's gonna take a little bit to heat up for us. Cannot be used hot air to bend the plastic? You can, and we're gonna be using that. Send me mail graphics. Thank you. I think it does a link to my, I either have it there or I have a link to my website. Something like that. But yeah, we're gonna be using the heat gun later. The only thing is, you can't this is two pieces that are folded together. It's not one. So you have to still remove it, but you have the seam. And the issue with the seams is for her pieces, they're still transparent. And that's why we're using the transparent material versus like a white one. I'm still gonna be airbrush painting it, but you're still gonna wanna see through it. So this is gonna be more of our kinda testing ones, maybe, you know, we'll see. So yeah, and I'm gonna be trying out, I've got a bunch of different hot knife blades. I'm gonna be testing those out to see which one works the best. This one's more of like a hook with the blade on the left side. My normal hot knife blade, which is like a normal X-Acto blade, I have no idea where it went. So I'm a little sad about that, but we'll see. We'll see. Okay. It's got a little bit of heat on it now. So, actually, what I want to do is we're going to draw on it. So I kind of have a general idea. I know I'm going to have to change the design a little bit from the original just because of the material usage and like the bending of it, but it's fine. Okay. So did everybody have a great weekend? Or did they have something interesting happen this weekend? We'll see how long this takes. And how smelly it gets. We may have to open the window. It's like, technically, if I just cut a circle around the whole thing and then do details around it, it might be easier. Necessary sacrifices. Your weekend was okay, but long, and yours. Aw, hi Meg, man. Welcome on. It was good. It was long. A lot of failures with the vacuum for me, but had a lot of fun. Ended up on Saturday. I had a friend of a friend that was having a birthday, so I ended up going out with them to dinner, and then I ended up going to 5 different bars. So, yeah, that was fun. So a lot of old coworkers, which was nice, but also was a little bit like, PTSD from my old job, I don't want to see y'all. So, kind of dealing with that a little bit, just because of kind of how I left off. But, was still nice to see everybody. Didn't have any issues with anybody at all. So. And then ended up at the, like, our friend got really drunk, so I had to kind of take care of him. And then ended up at a very interesting bar at the end of the night. The last place was everybody's like, okay, we're gonna go here, we're gonna go here. And it's like, okay, where is it? And it's like, just follow us, don't say anything when you walk in. Okay. And we pull up, it's a neighborhood. It's just some kind of shack kind of building, like house. And go inside, and it's just some little old Hispanic lady in there who's just stiller and biller and stuff, and it's just like a house, and it's kind of like, okay, this is interesting. Nobody spoke English, but it was a lot of fun. There was a pool table and everything. But yeah, that was kind of my weekend. Also, a lot of ZZ. I joined a different server, trying to test out an RP server. Do-do-do-do. Slowly cutting. And this one is definitely a test piece that we're doing, so I'm not too concerned if we kind of make an issue on one part or not. But this is for me to kind of see, working with the material, how it reacts, what can I and what can I not do. So I'm okay if we fail on this piece. That sounds like a longer weekend than you. Yeah, it was a fun weekend. It was long though, yes. What did you do? Let's see if I can get this side instead. Sorry if it's a little hard to see since it is clear. Hi Adam, welcome on. How are you doing? Blah. Oh, I'm sorry. It'll get better. Did you end up doing magic on Friday? Went out to socialize at least? That's good. Yay, we got it! I kind of want to get my cutting board out so it's underneath, but here's the material. You can see all of the little dots. That is actually where on the wooden piece for my vacuum forming, those are where all the holes are and where it's vacuuming in. The suction seems okay with the pieces that I did, but I may end up going and drilling more holes. Also, I'm gonna get my cutting board. And it's hot. Today's like, I think a heat advisory day or something. Where they're like, between 3 and 7, don't go outside. Try not to have as much electronics on, because everything's gonna end up frying and then you won't have AC and stuff like that. So it's like, oh great, yay. Okay. So, we got the base out. I don't know if we can just pop it out, maybe? With the 3D printing material, it had a little bit of issues where it stuck to the stair stepping. And because the white 3D printed part, it actually kind of started to fuse to the pieces because it melts. So, it's a little... Ugh. Estimated delivery Thursday, August 15th. Okay. Thank you. I'll write that down so I remember to go and check. Yeah, my PO box is still kind of far away from me because I'm waiting for it to, I think I have like 3 more months on it, and then I'll be changing it to a different location, and I'll let y'all know when that happens. You asked for the PO box, hope it helps. Okay, well, thank you, I guess. Between May and October, do not go outside. Yeah. Okay, let's attempt to cut this part. And not go through the 3D printed material. Good, that is, or it's cold in your place? Oh, yeah. I think we're just kind of scoring it right now. I'm kind of afraid to put more pressure down because I don't want to cut into the 3D printed part. Yeah, so we just scored it. But it might be better just to do that. Slowly going. Okay, so got some of it. Let's see. It's like trying to get an electronic out of the plastic vacuum things. Like when you were a kid and you try to get your toy out. I always hated it. That worked. So that little cut, we got it. Like, unfortunately, I don't think I'll be able to use this just because of this seam. What I was talking about earlier was because when we did the vacuum forming, it was flat like this. I thought that would be the best way. But in general, you want your angle to be as flat as possible. So if this is your bottom where it would sit, you'd want it to sit more like that and then have this kind of propped up so you don't get a seam from where the material is like this. So that will be the next step. I'll end up gluing some type of rod or something to it. Luckily, the 2 pieces I did of these did not break on me. So I'm happy. Like, this is a lot of success for me just to even get this far for doing something I've never done before. So let's just continue to cut it just to kind of see how it goes, and then I'm going to try the heat gun too. My other option for this stuff would be using transparent Warbler, but I honestly hate that so much, and you don't get as nice of like indentations with it. Go over there. We probably will have to clean off our hot knife too at some point, because I don't want the material to start kind of having a burning look to it. And we can use scissors. Oh, little cheat, if you use a hot knife, I put a little weight on it to hold it on my table, so that way it doesn't accidentally fall off and burn myself. So there. It's not bad. So I'd probably go around and cut all this. The other thing I wanted to do with this is I do have to attach it to my leg. So pretend this is my leg. It's going to be attached kind of like that onto foam. And I kind of wanted to create little tabs so that way I could insert it into the foam and have it just stick in place. Anything to keep from place from burning out? Yes. Hi Kat, welcome on. So yeah, I'm happy with that. Okay, the one thing I wanted to check too is we're gonna, for the bad scrap one, we're gonna use the heat gun on it, so I'm gonna turn this off real quick and kind of see if when we heat it up, what happens to the inside, because ideally for the other pieces that I want to try and save, we're going to be using the heat gun on that. So I want to see when I heat it up on the inside, how much is it going to warp everything. So yeah. But where are these parts going on the cosplay? These are on the legs. So if you picture a leg, it just sits, like if this is my leg, it sits on the side. It's not really seen very much unless she's moving. When she just stands there, you don't see it. And then there's also arm pieces that I have for the front and the back. It kind of looks the same, like that. Interesting pieces. Or here, let me I can do this for y'all. I'm known for my detail, so of course I'm gonna add these things. Okay, we are switching over to this one real quick. So, to show you the leg piece, this is the piece that we're currently working on. This one. So it'll be attaching to the EVA foam, and then the arm gauntlets are the same thing that we're going to be doing, these pieces. There we go. Yeah, they're there, but you don't quite see them, but they are transparent. And I'm going to add paint to them and stuff, but yeah. Okay, so let's try the heat gun now. And the cat's over there, so we need to keep her away from this. She has a habit, this is like her best friend, and she loves to rub all over it for some reason. So I'm always very cautious of when I'm using it, to keep her far away and to keep it up until it's fully cool and unplugged and all of that, so yeah. Okay, let's switch that. I'm curious also if it'll start fogging on me. So it's already kind of heating up. All of this is now movable. So that's nice, I can kind of bend them still. I think we may be able to get the arm ones to be saved, so. Okay, let's attempt to cut the other ones then. Yeah, puts on some sort of armor. Some sort of armor. I don't know how much of a thing it is, but yeah. The one downfall I have with doing vacuum forming is there's a lot of waste. Because for these pieces I have to use a, they're 2 feet by 1 feet, so. Okay. I will attempt to keep this in stream as much as possible. This to the side. So with these, I'm not using the whole entire piece. It really is just being cut right here and right here. And same with the front of the arm. So it's only being cut slightly. But yeah, well, I'm hoping I can save these because both of these are usable. I think they'll work. I wanted to try, actually before we turn this on, you on or off? Okay. I did get one crease right here on the back of the arm. And I want to try using the heat gun to heat that up and see if I can kind of smooth it down just a little bit. And then same with right here, for when the pieces got vacuumed together, that's where the seam was. So I might be able to kind of just work it in and out a little bit so it's less noticeable. And hopefully I won't like overheat and burn my hands. Or burn the white part is a PLA 3D printing material. So I did all the CAD like last week, finally got it all printed. And this one we had sanded last week. This one I did not. I just wanted to test it out. And so you technically do not have to sand the edges of it. There are some, so like right here, there was a really high point in the 3D printed material. And I do wish I had sanded that because it really is noticeable. But in general, it doesn't seem like you need to carve down sharp objects too much to vacuum form. It does for this material, at least for the 3D printing stuff. When you 3D print, there's a stair-step look to it. And it does somewhat show into the transparent material, which is PETG. So let's see if we can get this out a little. I'm gonna get some of my casting tools real quick. Okay. We'll see if we can get any of those to work. I think that one's probably the best. Push it in again. Looks like we can. It does kind of take away the shape just slightly because it's not being vacuumed straight on it. And the PLA is kind of melting under it. That's a little scary. So I think I'm probably just gonna cut that then, because the material under here, it didn't like that. Okay. It's an experimental stream. Alright, let us... So ideally, don't touch the parts that are hot. Ideally, I wanted to get these out and then just kind of heat them up when they're in their form, but I might not be able to do that. So I think I'm probably just gonna have to cut around the base of all of them again and turn it upside down, heat it up, and kind of hope that gravity will help with pulling it down for these parts. Maybe use fingers a little bit to kind of help that. So let's go ahead and do that. Turn on my hot knife again. So we have to wait a little bit for it to heat up, you know, a little bit. Yeah. So is anybody doing anything interesting this week? I'll be hopefully getting all of this done. And I still gotta... The plan is to get my the rest of the CAD done for the staff. I've got the top part. I did the gym already, and so I'm starting to work on the wings of it. I've gone back and forth between if I want it 3D printed or just make it in foam. Not exactly sure yet, but 3D printing or like making it in Rhino is definitely helping me right now. So that, nope, just work. Aw. Well, work is good. You get money from that. Hoping to go swimming this week, but I'll have to like pour a whole bottle of sunscreen on me because I just turn into a lobster and get really red. I don't tan. So yeah, that I don't know if I have anything big happening this weekend. Oh, I did release a new Tips video today. It's on Patreon now. So, look forward to that. And then... I might be starting a new cosplay soon. So that's exciting. You know, I'm tired of working on one cosplay. I'm gonna just go to the next one already. I have a bad habit of doing that. I still finish everything in time. I just end up, in 2 months, making one cosplay. In 2 months, I instead make 2 or 3 at the same time. Especially when I get towards an end of a project, I'm kind of like, I don't want to wait around for certain things to do. Like, I want to just keep working. So. Okay. It's pretty hot. I think we may be able to use it now. So let's see. Yeah, that's true. It's not like being burned out for me. It's more of, I just get tired of waiting. I'm very impatient. And so I just want to move on to the next one. I have to, that's one of my biggest, one of the big problems about me is I always want to make, and then when I finish it, I'm like, yay! Okay, I'm going to the next one, and I forget to like, oh, I need to take pictures of me in it, and then I only typically like wearing my cosplays maybe once or twice, and then I'm on to the next one, so I've already forgotten about this, and everybody's like, but wait, you had this awesome cosplay, but you didn't share anything. So yeah. You've heard of something like... I think so? You promised yourself you'll finish everything before starting a new one, but you always have 3 projects. Yep. Yep. That's how it goes. like slowly carving out things. Maybe you'll use it. It's a photo printed on 3D printer. Okay, it sounds familiar. I might just like not fully remember right now. Okay. I'm really excited about these parts because I have not cut them out yet, obviously. So I haven't seen proportion-wise how it's gonna fit on me fully. So it's exciting. Okay, we got that. What were you thinking about that, Mike? This is 2 materials thick, so it's going to be a little bit more. Hopefully it won't fuse back to itself. Almost got it. Yay! Okay. So there's our piece. This one is the back, so it'll sit there on my arm. Most likely won't come out. We'll see. Technically, we can just cut up this way. But I gotta be careful not to rip it all the way up. Got it. Not fully, gotta cut a little bit more. I'm still kind of hesitant on cutting deep because this will melt into the PLA material. Got some of it. Oh, you're so close. I know you're not supposed to put Vaseline. I looked that up. Just ideally, you wouldn't want to do a 3D printed part. That's this thin. Or this material. Things that I've learned. Okay, let's try it on the other side too. It's like slowly wiggling out. You're gone. Bye, Tiffany. Bye, everyone. Aw, thanks for just stopping by, Orsa. There we go. Woot. So here's our piece. So I think we'll attempt to cut that part and then we'll just have it where it's not solid there. But that is our piece that goes here. And I'll have to practice on some of the other pieces too to see if I use a sanding drum, how soft I can make the edges, because I don't want it to be sharp and cut my hands. So, that to the side for now, and then let's go ahead and start taking this one out as well. Thank you for using your Twitch Prime, and that is 17 months. Much love, and you'll be in the scrolly thing next stream. It's like one of the first times you've actually done it on stream. You normally don't. Cool. Okay. Thought it stopped for a second. You just pressed the button this time? You didn't even do the share thing? Oh, okay. Well, you did it while I was streaming this time. How are you doing today? I need to screw it in a little bit more. It's coming loose. Okay. smelly. So if this works out, then I'll try to reuse this, and then I'll only have to make one more. Okay, I gotta open the window. Ugh. Yay, Texas heat. I tried. Cheers, everyone. Sorry, a little out of the camera focus for y'all. Yay! We got it! More scraps. You can see Tiffany on Discord. You can. Okay. Yeah, I've got an open Discord if you're interested. You can do !Discord or scroll down on Twitch and click the link. I typically post when I'm going live. Oh, you're telling me to look. Sorry. Never mind. I get what you're saying now. Huh. Interesting. Interesting. I like the photo you used too. Okay. I don't know how that would 3D print though. Like, huh. Okay, with this we need to cut it out still. So probably, I know it's having issues with right here. So we may just do some slits here and then here, of course. It's one of my favorite ones on here. They do such a good job with this. It was just the best picture. Okay. How would it know though for 3D printing? How okay. I don't know. I don't know. If the background is gray, the program is lost. There we go. And since we're already here, let's just go ahead and cut the rest of that. Probably shouldn't be using my good scissors though. Ooh, ooh. Haha, we got it! Awesome! So there's our piece. This is the arm piece here. So what I want to do now, since we got it released, is all of these little wrinklies, I want to heat up the underside and see if it will start kind of sagging downward and if we can get rid of some of that. Because if not, I'm going to have to re-3D print this. This was the original print, did not have all of this in it. The fact that the material that you use for here to put on top of it, it gets so hot it actually started melting my 3D printed piece, which I knew was going to be a slight case, but that with the vacuum form causing the suction, you can actually see where my honeycomb was, and it was too large of pieces, so you can see kind of the squares. So yeah. Let us see if we can now fix it. Water break. I have no Dr. Pepper in the house. I'm really like, ugh. And I need to get wine too. I've got like enough for a small glass, which we may save for later. All right. So, push that to the side. And fix my shorts. Sorry. Okay. This. The heat gun. And if you are just joining, welcome. My name is Tiffany from Tiffany Gordon Cosplay, and we are currently working on the 2019 Atlantic All-Stars Mercy skin from Overwatch for the TwitchCon 2019 cosplay competition. Wow. And we're working on the arm pieces right now. It looks like it kind of worked. I gotta do it in very small sections though. So I started to see it sag downward, which is what we want to do to get rid of that wrinkle. So I had to instantly move it away. Yeah, you can already see that looks a lot better. Okay, let's try it again. We're gonna slowly move downward. There's a little bit up here that I want to do, but I think we're gonna get this to work, and I'm really excited. I'm doing it on the low heat, not the high heat. The high heat I think was too much, too soon. I think we got it. That is awesome. There's I know it's really hard to see, but there's only one spot right now, right here, and then we'll move up to here. I want to let it cool just a tiny bit, so we're gonna keep holding it upside down. I'm so excited that this is working now. Ah. Means I don't have to reprint the piece. I just have to fix it like this. It'd be great. It did morph a tiny bit up here, but I don't think it's too noticeable. So. Okay, so let's not have my hand on the opening where the heat goes. We're gonna now focus our heat right here and slowly move forward to kind of get out those pieces. Wait a little bit for the heat to kind of cool. I know we're working on things that are see-through and it's kind of hard to tell, but you can kind of see. Okay. So now we don't have that wrinkle anymore. So let's get the wrinkles out of here. You can see them. I got close on that one. I'll probably have to do it one more time. Poured with chocolate. Don't tease me like that. You know I love my chocolate. We can make little molds and I can become a chocolate maker instead. We'll do 3D printed like little action figures of your favorite characters, and like you can eat them afterwards and stuff. Except in Texas, they just melt instantly. I might have to move if we're gonna do that though. Yeah, it's gonna need one more hit right here in the front. It's still got that slight little bubble. Okay, I think we got it. 3D figurine cast chocolate figurine. Oh yeah, yeah. It's gonna be my new business. I can't name it Tiff's Treats though, because that's already taken. Yeah, it did slightly change the shape a tiny bit, but where we're gonna cut it, I don't think it's a big deal. Like, it kind of made it where it was flat instead of having that little crease. I might be able to heat it up a little bit on the front half, because it's supposed to have this slight indentation right here. So if I can do that and just kind of gently maybe mark it. Let's see if I can do that real quick. That would be a no. Okay, we're gonna stop heating it up so we don't completely ruin it. We're gonna make it work how it is. So the next step that we need to do, I actually want to take a picture of this because I'm really happy. Really happy. There we go. Phone had a little bit of a hard time focusing. Just the arm pieces right now. Okay, so let's see where we need to cut. There. So I'm just marking it so it's a little easier for me to see. Put that going around. It's like, I don't know exactly where I'm gonna align them. I may want to cut this one first, actually. Let's do that. So I can see where to fully align it. A little bit of a crease there. I'm excited to paint these too. Which I need to buy more airbrush paint, now that I remember. Does anybody have school starting soon? Back to university or high school or anything? I need to picture that one too. Thank God, no. So happy to be finished. Nice. You're going back to college in 2 weeks. Can't wait. Oh, that's cool. Do you have any classes that you're excited for in university? We gotta wait a little bit for this to heat up again. And thanks again for watching, everybody. And if you're enjoying the stream, press that follow button. It's greatly appreciated and helps grow and support the channel. So, much love. Okay. You know, some of my favorite classes that I took when I was in college was, surprisingly, it was biology, and we dissected like 100 different types of animals and like plants and stuff. It's really cool. Didn't do good in the class, but I really enjoyed that, to see everything, and like I can draw everything. So that I enjoyed ceramics a lot. I did that as a summer course, and they kept trying to change or get me to change and major in that instead. And of course I enjoyed my metals and my fibers classes, but those were my favorite, I think. I pretty much lived in the art building when I went to college. Oh, we need to move the cutting board now. See, I'm hoping we can just snip this off and there'd just be a little bit of a seam there. I think it'll work. Same with here. But it's nice that you can see the stir stepping a tiny bit, but it's not awful. Okay. Needs to heat more. Poop, poop, poop. We have new prints on my website too. If you click that link, you can go see them. We've got the Wicked Lady print from Sailor Moon now, as well as I have a ruler print from Fate. So hopefully I'll do more of Ruler. I got a lot of nice pictures from her when I did a photo shoot, but they all seemed very similar, and I didn't want to have two prints that were basically in the same location, same look and stuff, so I'm gonna try a different place and have another photo shoot with her. Yeah. And this month our bathing suit pictures on Patreon are gonna be Wicked Lady, so. The bathing suit Polaroid here. Go there. How are we? Slowly heating up still. Got a little bit. Yeah, this is the part that's smelly. you doing? Let me see, Chella. We're slightly scoring. There we go, now it's through. I'm not worried about cutting myself with this hot knife. I'm more worried about just burning myself accidentally. Cool. That one. I think I turned it down just a tiny bit too much. Oh, maybe. Okay, that's a little better. See if that does anything. I need to reset my volume on things. The plan is our next purchase to upgrade the studio is my mic right now is sitting on the desk, and every time I hit the desk or anything, you can hear the thumps. So the plan is to get a stand so my mic can float, and I'm hoping that'll be better for y'all. And also when we get back into our gaming streams, that should really be nice too, and hopefully not hear as much of the keyboard clicking. So yeah. And Boom Boom 64, thank you for the new follow. Much love. You need to invest in one of those as well. That and a quieter keyboard. Yeah. Quieter keyboards help a lot. My keyboard, it's actually pretty quiet. I guess I type loud, I don't know. Or wherever my mic is, it's too close. Yeah, if you're interested in what I currently use on my, you can either do ! setup, or I actually have a link to all of the pieces that I use on Amazon on the bottom of my Twitch page. So you can see. Aw, well thank you. I appreciate that. Yeah, we are currently working on the gauntlets right now. Slowly cutting it out with a hot knife. Slowly. Hi Terrible, welcome on. How are you doing today? Saw you were playing a lot of Atlas again. vampire right now. Doing alright, how am I? I'm doing great, thanks for asking. I mean, besides me having my window open to kind of vent the fumes a little bit, and it's Texas, and, you know, the heat. Otherwise, it's okay. It's like, what will I pass out from first? The heat in Texas or the smell from the stuff? Sans, thank you for the new follow. What's up? Heat is always worse. That's what you pass out from first? Yeah. Ooh. That can be bad. See if we can get this extra little piece off. There we go. If you're just getting here, we are slowly cutting out this material. The clear plastic is PETG, which we vacuum formed on top of some 3D printed PLA material. Had, for the first time, had some failures, had some we're making it work kind of ones as well. So yeah, maybe you'll pass out from Dr. Pepper withdrawal. Yeah. Yeah. I have no Dr. Pepper. I actually found, it was a really good GIF. And it was like a little girl, and she's like, I have no Dr. Pepper! And she's like sliding off the table, like dying. It was great. No, after I'm done streaming, I plan on like going to, there's like a Dollar General near me or something. Go check that out. I also need milk. I went to the grocery store this weekend. Got everything on my list except for milk, except for Dr. Pepper, because I thought I had a whole pack. Apparently I didn't have any. And also I thought I had more wine than I had. So, you know, my only 3 favorite drinks or things that I drink daily, I didn't get. Okay, now you're gonna do the front. So this is the part that goes right here. Slowly getting it. I think we'll start from the top and work our way down. It's like, for how much I talk about Dr. Pepper on the stream, can I have a sponsor from them now? Daily Dr. Pepper. If your P.O. Box didn't give it away, that would. From Bean, Texas, yeah. What are y'all's favorite, like, soda drinks if you drink soda? You're already Nuka-Cola girl. You can't. Oh, I know. And no, I do not plan on doing like a fast food or a drink cosplay. I've seen a bunch of those lately, like somebody doing a Whataburger girl and like a, I think somebody did like a Mighty Fine or something, and I'm just like, nope, not me, not doing that. Ugh. So since these worked, I'm gonna try tonight to do the second half. Alright, we got that cut. I'm gonna turn this off for a second. So this is the piece, now that we can see it, goes on like that. And then it'll end up attaching kind of like that. And why I wanted to wait on this piece is because I wanted to see, because I'm going to need this extra material to kind of have it in place, and I was thinking of doing it like a hinge. So I'm probably gonna make a little bit of a line on one side or something so I can have a place to kind of attach. But with that being said, I need to go and step outside of this room to kind of just get a fresh breath of air. So give me like 2 minutes. Everybody take a potty break, bring back a drink of some sort, and I'll see you in a bit. And thanks everybody for all of the subs, the follows, and everything. Back in a few minutes. Okay, we are back! Yay! And I brought the rest of my wine. There's barely any, but cheers everybody! Okay. See if we can get these little wrinklies out. Bad little piece though. So the plan that I have for painting, if you saw the image, if you see there's like some kind of lines, those are all going to be this like bright neon kind of blue. So I was going to do one side, probably this side, I'll paint it where the blue is all in there, and then I'll spray clear coat on that side, and then on the inside I'll do the purple blue kind of gradient very lightly and then seal it on that side, so you'll still have both and you'll still be able to see to the skin as well. So yeah, that's the plan. Okay, and then we're gonna, did I trace all of this? I did not trace all of it. So let's go ahead and trace this whole one too. Feel free, if you have any questions on this, feel free to ask. Hi, Furfur, what are you doing? Huh? What? Do you want to come? You come here? You just gonna yawn? Okay. She wants me to go and give her water. She like licks her lips and I go and grab her and she's like, no, I want to go get water. So she's sitting in the hallway now. Like, I'm here. Come give me water. And she has an open water bowl, by the way. Don't know why I caught that one. Any tips for making the bodice? I think I streamed some of it. I'm not sure. But I used a bunch of different materials. I made breastplates for it just because it was easier to kind of hold it together. I'll eventually be doing some videos on how I made it too. I don't really know what tips to do. Okay, there we go. And I've got all the behind the scenes of this build is also on my Patreon exclusive Instagram. So if you're interested in more of that, you can look there. I've got blueprints for this cosplay available on my website for the wings, the gun, the staff. On Patreon right now, I have 2 early access blueprints for the breastplate, the front skirt, and the back skirt. So those are all available. Okay. That. So I think what I'm gonna do, because we don't know exactly how much material I'm gonna need. So I'm gonna draw a little line here and here. And we're just gonna save some extra material just in case. There we go. Okay, so there's all that. So let's go ahead and start cutting this out now. That little break downstairs helped a lot. I'm still kind of like, ooh, but it definitely helps some. Oh, and also, I know you're not on, but cheers to Mel, and good luck at your interview today. Okay. Still hot. You wanted up, I was gonna pick you up. She's desperately like, I want water. Okay, I'm gonna ignore you, Miss Fur. She's not normally like that as much. Hi, Miss Fur, you're back to tease? Yeah, I feel you. I'm like rubbing on my legs right now. There. Fur. What's wrong? Oh, and also, big thanks to everybody who last week voted on, or well, asked the questions on what cosplays I would go through, or what I would wear. And I have a big list now of some options that I hadn't thought of before, so thank y'all. Slowly getting it. tighten a little bit, coming loose. So does anybody have a favorite part of this cosplay yet? I think mine is probably the skirt. The leather skirt, like the paint job I did on it, I'm just in love with. And I had such a fun time making it too. It's like probably one of my favorite leather projects as well. The acrylic parts on the wings are pretty great. Aw, thanks. Wings look really cool. The wings are always cool to see. Lots of people have lots of different solutions to them. Oh yeah, I'd agree with that. A lot of people do their own little touch on it, and it's really cool to see all of them. I think I've enjoyed that a lot too this is my 4th Mercy cosplay I've made, and each time I've made it has been, for the wings, a different material. The first one for Valkyrie Mercy, the wings were all made out of Warbler with insulation foam inside of it as a base structure, and then I had steel rod frames to support it onto my back. It was a little heavy and a little painful. And then the second one was Combat Medic Ziegler, and those also moved. But those were 100% 3D printed. And each piece had like male and female parts that fit together. I think it was a total of like 48 or 78 or something like that pieces that I 3D printed. It had LED light strips inside of the wings to light up, and it also had plexiglass. And that one was the heaviest out of all of them. Yeah. Because they opened and closed and were all 3D printed, it was too much. And then the third one I made was Pink Mercy, and that one was the lightest by far. And those were just EVA foam, and then it had a bone structure of 3D printed parts and carbon fiber tubes. And it fully disassembled and fit in a suitcase. And I kind of used a mix of everything to create these for Atlantic Mercy. They're still pretty lightweight, but because they're a lot longer, there's like a bit of a balance issue when I have them in certain positions for too long. But they're EVA foam, 3D printed bone structure with carbon fiber tubes, so it also fully disassembles and fits in, well, in a large suitcase, not in a normal flying suitcase. And it also has plexiglass in it, but a different type. So it's been a journey for me and my Mercies. The battery is low. Well, I am really happy that this is starting to work. Third time's the charm. I'll be curious when other people make this cosplay, what their solution is to these pieces. If people will follow what I'm doing, or if they'll come up with like their own way using I mean, you could easily use transparent Orbla, but it would be different. I don't think it would keep its structure as well. But if anybody else would do them clear, or if they do them where they're not clear. I feel like my blade is like cooling down for some reason. Push them in a little bit more. Getting it. Yay! Flatten them out a tiny bit. Cool. Why use the plastic instead of something softer like craft foam? Well, craft foam isn't see-through. And these pieces are supposed to be transparent. Otherwise, I would definitely be using EVA foam like all my other ones. So, here's our piece. This is my first time trying it. So. So yeah, it's supposed to be on the side of the arm, and I'm definitely going to file all my edges and stuff using a sanding drum. So you'll have this, and then you'll have this. So not bad. For never trying it before on. Let me see with the glove. Okay. So that's nice, you can still see. It's like I wish I'd done it a little bit higher, because technically this is supposed to sit more up here. But I think it's size off a little bit. Let's see. these that go inward. But otherwise, it's working. Ah. Okay. Did I turn you off? No, left you on. Basically where it has the seams. And I'll have to remember to do this onto my second one when I do it. Yeah, I want to be careful with this though, just because the blade's a little dirty. I don't want it to dry the yellow color. Oh, it's actually cracked there. Well, I'm glad I noticed that. Well, if that's the case, let's go ahead and just kind of cut it off there. Making changes on the fly. And then the only other spot besides here where this wrinkle is we need to cut this one. See if we can do that. Ugh, I just want to jump in the river right now. I'm melting. Okay, that is good for now. I want to be careful doing too much without having my second piece, because obviously there's a left and a right arm. So I want to make sure that they all fully match and stuff. But it'll pretty much align like that. I'll do some sort of attachment for them. Some sort, I gotta figure that out. It's like technically, can I put it on the outside and be better? Yeah. And I don't know if my line was supposed to be here. I think it's supposed to go closer. I'll have to look at my CAD too. But I'm pretty happy with it. Yeah. And with that being said, I think we may end the stream just because I'm I'm dying right now from this heat. So yeah. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. If you're new, welcome, and press that follow button so you can watch our next stream. Most likely our next stream will be on Wednesday around 1 p.m.-ish Central Standard Time. So yeah, and thank you again. If you follow me on Instagram, Howling Wolves, thank you for the new follow too. Much love. And if you follow me on Instagram, thank you. We hit 40,000 followers today, so greatly appreciated. So yeah. You can follow me obviously on Twitch, Instagram, on YouTube, Facebook, and Patreon. Those are all at Tiffany Gordon Cosplay. On Patreon, we do have a private Instagram account with all the behind the scenes of my cosplays, as well as just my IRL stuff, going to the bar, going to the pool, as well as you can get early access blueprints, my how-to videos, my tips videos on how I make my cosplays. There's a bathing suit cosplay tier, as well as a print tier, and a bunch of other stuff, so check that out. And if you want to follow me on Twitter, that is at Tiffany Cosplay. So, thanks again, Crimson66, for the resub, and thank you all to the new follows. And I hope to see you next time. Much love, and bye-bye.